Hey everybody, CLARKSIDE here. Welcome back to Destiny. Xur is in the tower and we're here to check out what he has in stock, as usual. I also wanted to take this opportunity to chat about Thursday's weekly Bungie update, the new exotics on the horizon and the exotics returning from year 1. You can find Xur in the bar below the hangar today. I'm going to keep this section short and to the point. Usual stuff with the Curios, you know the drill by now. Emerald Coil and Void Drive for your Sparrow upgrades. Do you even still care? Heavy ammo, 3 synths for 1 strange coin, 5 3 of coins for 7 strange coins, and finally 3 glass needles for a bunch of stuff. Onto the exotic items we have this week. All the class specific items come at 13 strange coins. Starting with the Titans, we have Immolation Fists with an intellect and strength build. This is a must have for Sunbreakers because it gives you the explosive pyre perk for free. This means you can stack it with Flameseeker or Fleet Fire, you know, just in case you thought the Hammer of Soul wasn't OP enough. Cool. Secondary perks are Increased Intellect and Increased Strength. Rain Blows for increased melee attack speed, Momentum Transfer that gives you bonus melee energy with grenade hits. Then for the reload perks we have Hand Cannons and Sidearms. Good sell Xur, good sell. On now to the Hunters, and possibly one of the most pointless exotics in Year 2, the Don't Touch Me Gauntlets. The exotic perk is Defensive Reflex. Taking damage from a melee attack makes you briefly invisible. This used to be kind of handy for the Thrall section of the Crota's End Raid, but sees little use now. It's a waste of time for PvP because the invisibility isn't good enough to fool the average player. Secondary perks are Increased Discipline, Increased Strength, Switchblade to decrease your melee cooldown, Impact Induction to gain bonus melee energy on melee hits, and then the reload perks are Pulse Rifle and Shotgun, which are 2 of the most handy reload perks in PvP right now. Even so, overall, this is a pass. There's plenty of other options out there, save your coins. Warlocks. Do you like to high-five Guardians and alien scum to death? Would you like to do this more often? Well, Xur has got the Claws of Ahamkara for you. This is a really fun item. The exotic perk is the Whispers, which is gains an additional charge for all Warlock charged melees. That makes this item subclass neutral. Considering the Warlock melees are the most powerful in the game, you can do a lot of damage with these. I haven't used them on a Stormcaller yet because I'm afraid that I might wet myself, but I can vouch that equipping these with a Sunsinger with Gift of the Sun is just all kinds of silly. Double grenade, double melee, adds up to quadruple the fun times. That is one of my favourite PvP builds of all time. If you haven't guessed already, I recommend these. They are well worth your coins. Secondary perks are Increased Discipline, Increased Strength, Snap Discharge for faster patty cakes, and Momentum Transfer for bonus melee energy on grenade hits. For this week's Year 2 exotic engram, we have the chest piece for 19 strange coins. Just in case you want the Crest of Alpha Lupi, or the Alchemist Raiments in your dreams, or the Crest of Alpha Lupi. The bloody Cryptarch loves giving all the little Guardians the crest of shitting Alpha bloody Lupi. Have you got the Lupi yet? You probably have, haven't you? You probably have. Legacy 1 engram is the special weapon engram. Same old ripoff, different week. Only pick it up if you really want to part with 31 strange coins to complete your Year 1 weapon collection. And there we have it, guys. That's Xur's stock, a missed opportunity if you ask me. Yesterday, Bungie dropped the news in their weekly update that some more Year 1 exotic items are being updated for Year 2. Sure, the plan is to release them at some point in December, but I was really stoked about this and I hope that we might get an item or 2 early when Xur rolled up today. Great little surprises like that off the back of good news would have got the hype train rolling for a lot of Guardians. I've said this before and I'll say it again, we Destiny players need all the hype we can get right now to keep us coming back because you know what, there's plenty of games out there competing for our time and devotion. Anywho, Bungie have been teasing what's coming up on their Instagram account. At the time of making this video, they have released images of 11 Year 1 exotic items returning to Year 2, plus one Year 2 item that's been in the game a while but has been somewhat elusive for the majority of players. Starting from the earliest image, we have the Mida multi-tool, or Mida multi-tool. A very good all-round scout rifle and an excellent choice for PvP. I look forward to having this back and seeing what it can do in Iron Banner in Year 2. Next, for the Titans, we have the Armamentarium, which has the exotic perk and another thing, which gives you a second grenade. Secondary perks are increased special ammo and increased heavy ammo, a great choice for PvE. I remember it being a handy one for the raids. Following that, we had a Hope's Dash with the news of Dragon's Breath returning. This just plain sucked in comparison to the Gjallarhorn and the Truth. I hope Bungie have taken the time to rework this and do something more interesting with it, because you know what? I actually really like the look of it. The paintwork on the front reminds me of World War II fighter planes. I like that retro throwback look. Next, we had the Plan C, which is a solid choice to bring back. When the PvP meta changed to fusion rifles completely sucking, this was one of the few fusions that could still hold its own. Sure, it had a long charge time, but it hit like a truck, and the exotic perk named after it, the Plan C, reduced the weapon charge time immediately after weapon swap. It made it a great counter to shotguns, which have pretty much been the king of Year 1 and the so far Year 2 meta. I have a feeling that the Plan C and similar fusion rifles are going to be the new menace. Warlocks, when was the last time you ran Voidwalker? Well, these cheeky little chappies, the Nothing Manacles, might give you a reason to give the old Dunk Walker another go. The exotic perk Scatter Charge enables tracking for scatter grenades. Hold an extra scatter grenade charge. Imagine turning your scatter grenades into mini Gjallarhorn warheads. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Ah, super good advice. You never really fulfilled your true potential. The exotic perk named after the gun itself, the super good advice, was handy if you ever triggered the Oversoul in the Crota raid, because almost all shots missed would return to the magazine. The interesting thing was, even if you hit the Oversoul, it didn't register as a hit for the super good advice, granting you almost limitless ammo against that one thing in the game. I really hope Bungie do something more with it. It's a pretty cool model for it to just go to waste as a hardly used weapon. For the first new exotic, we have the ATS-8 Tarantula for the Hunters. Take reduced arc damage from Minions of the Darkness, arc grenades and arc blade recharge faster. This is one item I can't wait to get my hands on. Will it make Blade Dancers the new hotness again? I look forward to finding out. Titans, are you ready for a bit more attention? Don't get too excited, it's a rather odd choice. The Peregrine Greaves. These have possibly one of the most situational perks. Shoulder Charge deals bonus damage when activated in the air. Yeah. Good luck with landing those shoulder charge hits in PvP. Although I would love to see if this is powerful enough to kill a Sunbreaker or Stormcaller during their super. Next, we're back to the Warlocks and another lackluster choice with the Apotheosis Veil. The main perk is Private Reserves. Immediately regenerate health on activating your super. The situations where I would use this, raids, trials and other PvP modes, already have a better choice for me, the Light Beyond Nemesis. I'm really not too fussed about this, but I just need to remind myself that Bungie are reworking some of these items, so hopefully they do something more interesting with this. On now to the No Land Beyond. It was inevitable really. Whereas the Gjallarhorn was iconic for being powerful and OP in almost every situation, the flip side to that was the No Land Beyond. A very clunky and awkward weapon to wield or have the slightest amount of success with, but was equally as iconic as the Jellyhorn, just for how bad it was in comparison. It became a bit of a troll weapon in PvP and made grown men cry when they had it drop for the 10th time in the Crota raid. In a sick and twisted way, I'll please to have the No Land Beyond back. Destiny has not been the same without you. For the Hunter, we see the return of the Radiant Dance Machines. These make an excellent companion for the Mida multi-tool I mentioned earlier. The reason being is the main perk, the dance. You move more quickly while aiming your weapon. The mobility of these two combined is incredible. You can shoot in ADS whilst moving about at almost running speed. It made some pretty fast paced and smooth gameplay if you're more of a run and gun type of player. Finally, it's good to end on a high note, the Aculophage Symbiote. My oh my, the gunslingers are back in town. The exotic perk on this is the Last Man Standing. Golden Gun gains 1 additional shot per use. Night Stalkers have had a pretty good run these past couple of months. It's good to see that the other subclasses are getting a bit of attention now. I would love to see them all equally balanced, but have their own niche and role to play in PvP and PvE. So there we have it guys, another week of Xur, that grass-faced bundle of disappointment, and as an extra bonus, we've had a glimpse of some new treats to come. If you're new to my channel, then make sure you hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with my latest Destiny videos. If you found this video useful, then feel free to drop me a comment down below and pound that like button. Until the next time, this is CLARKSIDE signing out.